So law enforcement is obviously behind the coordinated gang stalking, harassment, threats, theft, sabotage, and property damage, like breaking into my car, puncturing my tires, opening my car when I'm not there or when I'm not in the vehicle. If I go into, as soon as I go into Walmart, what they like to do is to come inside my car, take things out, steal things, and then some of the things that are taken out of the vehicle.
They was doing the same thing to me.
Once I get home and pull into my driveway and park,
this guy in a whole nother
and go into the house, mysteriously, someone will come into the car while I'm in the vehicle, when I'm in the house, usually later in the night because the street is kind of dark, and put some of the stuff back, not all of it, but sometimes they'll put some of the stuff back in the back seat, or they'll put it on the front seat to let me know that they've been in the car. So this particular vehicle is following me all around town. Everywhere I go, they use different vehicles and they have different officers, but they're constantly surveilling me and monitoring me and stalking me. The individual in this car hasn't even come out the car yet. He just pulled in, or she, whoever's in there, and sat right behind me. I went to Smoothie King earlier in the day, about 30 minutes ago, to get a smoothie. Smoothie King of Orange, Connecticut, which is literally about 10 minutes up the street from here. Same thing. It was two different vehicles. They have so many vehicles and so many officers on the road that they'll just use different vehicles to let me know wherever I go, I'm being surveilled, monitored, stalked. And sometimes I can't even, it's just so stressful, man. This is so stressful. Obviously it's meant to be stressful, right? It's meant to drive you crazy. But the fear here is I can't even get out of my car because every time I come back to my car, there's some damage on my vehicle. Every single time. Either it's a nick, a dent, a scratch, a scrape, a punctured tire, or something out of the vehicle is missing. They have access to everything pretty much, right? So I'm pretty sure they even know that I'm recording this video. Of course they know. The other day, I have another video with a person that I used to rent a room to in my home, who, if you look at the other video, he was the person that they used to puncture my tire, right? This guy pretended to be a friend for the last year that I rented a room to him. He was a tenant, so obviously you want to have good relations with people, and he claimed to be a student at University of New Haven, which is a school maybe 2 blocks away from the house. But there's been I've rented this room to about 6 individuals over the last year. It's a 4-bedroom house, which is the same house that I'm going through foreclosure fraud, which they took from me illegally. Okay? And each one of those individuals at some point in time would always break into my room. The question is, don't you have cameras? You gotta understand, cameras do you no good when law enforcement is involved. If it's not law enforcement, if this is happening by regular civilians, then it's different, right? Because you still got to deal with hackers and stuff. These are engineering students. These are guys who know how to hack, who know how to get into systems, Wi-Fi systems, your phone. Sometimes they do electronic harassment. They'll hack my phone and put apps on my phone, like TikTok and other types of apps, to let me know that they were on my phone, right? They'll go into my contacts. They'll rearrange contact information. They'll reboot the phone when they feel like it. They'll delete messages. They'll delete emails. I'm constantly having to reach out to tech companies like Google and some other, providers that obviously you use on your phone. And, for support, because they'll hack my cloud accounts. They'll delete files. They'll delete important information. It's all meant to drive me crazy to the point, somebody said in another video I was watching that this is what's called an isolation program. And obviously it is. They want to isolate you, keep you, by yourself, living by yourself, operating alone with no support, no help, and then send all types of people towards me to sabotage my life. So when it comes to security cameras around the house and all that, they already disabled that stuff. Every time I get them working again, it's hacked. They're disabled. So I can't capture, obviously, who's behind, other than the video with this other gentleman that the place, the guy that used to rent the room for me, he was caught on camera doing it by the facility where we were parked. So he was a dummy, didn't realize that they had cameras in the building. And he's literally on camera doing what he did. I did call the police, and there's another video with me discussing with the police, and guess what? They didn't do anything. Nothing. In fact, the same guy called me back a couple times, pretending still to be like, hey buddy, how you doing? What's going on? Just want to see how things, all this nonsense, man. So as you can see, this car's been sitting here. So what do? Do I go into Walmart and buy the things I need to buy so I can finally move out of this house? Because they're taking the house. And I've been watching some of the gang stalking videos, and apparently what they want to do is drive me into the streets where I could be homeless or something, so they can, from all the testimonies and videos that I've been watching of other people talking about their experiences, it only gets worse. Because once you're isolated on the streets, you come out one day, then they start to really go in on your car, right? One guy in the video was saying he literally has to change a tire every other day. Or they'll pop your hood. Let's say if I'm staying at a hotel or something like that, or whatever. They'll pop your hood and damage your engine, so your car won't work. This is what it feels like to be in the life of someone who's a victim of gang stalking, man. It gets very, very intense, very severe. And the whole point of this is it's a whole different ball game when law enforcement is the one behind everything, because they can sit back and coordinate everything and just provoke you, do all the things they want to do to damage your life in hopes that you're going to react. And then, what happens after that if you do react. You end up in cuffs. You look like the bad guy. You look like the person who is the one who is out here messing with people or creating arguments or starting trouble. Now, I just find it very funny that as he's sitting there, this particular truck pulls up, right? So maybe this is the guy that will break into my car while I'm in Walmart, because they always work in groups. They never work alone. And law enforcement is the people you would generally turn to when it comes to matters of, breaking the law. But what do you do when law enforcement is involved themselves? What do you do? If you try to leave town, they follow you from state to state. It's a well-coordinated system. If you're driving on the road, they work in groups to box you in and try to cause an accident. I've come out of my house sometimes to get into my car. Not only do I have a flat tire, but when I take it to the tire shop and I take it to Meineke or some of these places, did you know that this and this is also, going on? They've loosened my lugs on my vehicle, like on the tire wheel. Obviously, what's the purpose of that? Hopefully, that I get into an accident, right? If I'm on the highway doing anything above 50 miles an hour or whatever, even at obeying the speed limit of 55, if a tire flies off of your vehicle, good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Red and white. Way in Connecticut. Same thing, man. B system. I don't even know. I don't even know this
Let's see if he
brother.
leaves. If you notice, somebody was telling me in another video what they like to do is take off the front license plates off of their vehicles. So if you notice, that one doesn't have it. From zoom in. You notice the plate is gone?
How many thousands of miles he's away from me?
Because that's one of the strategies that they use not to be caught on camera. They'll take off the front plates. A lot of these gang stalkers, they usually like to take off the front plate of their vehicles. And when they know they're on camera, they'll avoid, right? So now he's leaving. You never know who's involved because they work in various groups. I'm talking about, I've already dealt with over 50-something people already, man. I posted an ad on Craigslist a year ago to rent out a couple of rooms. Mysteriously, all the people that responded to the ad were guys from other countries. One guy was from Pakistan, another guy was from India, another guy was from Saudi Arabia. They come with fake IDs, they come with fake information, they come with, you don't even know if that's their real identity. This is a life where you're living this kind of life and this kind of abuse. Good luck to you, because it's really nothing you can do. It's meant to sabotage you to the point where you are driven into homelessness on the street.
Can't buy and sell.
And once you're homeless, right?
Wicked, evil.
In the sense of sabotaging everything in your world. They've hacked my business. I can't even do business anymore, man. They hacked my website. I've lost so many clients because they've installed malware injections on websites. If you go to my website every other day, I gotta be fixing virus attacks. They hacked my phone. Obviously dealing with the medical
Same thing here.
All of a sudden, my doctor wants to set up a psychiatric evaluation. Like all of us, like all this junk.
Exact same thing.
About any of this stuff to my doctor, and none of this stuff, right? I've never had any conversations with the medical people about this stuff. I don't take any medications other than pain meds for the nerve damage that I have that was given to me by, a doctor who hacked my body and gave me nerve damage. And all of a sudden, just to fill my prescription for pain meds, right, for like Motrin and like something, it's not even anything, and gabapentin. Next thing you know, they're referring me to a psych doctor within their clinic saying, well, we just want to make sure it's not causing you any harm or blah, blah, blah. So what the hell's that got to do with talking to a psychiatrist? This is how they sneakily or deceitfully get you a referral
to discredit
some
you.
type of psych treatment so they can try to label you. They just want something on me so bad. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't have a criminal record. I'm a working professional with 20 plus years of corporate experience, professional experience.
Evil, wicked, man.